Okay, Randy, we have a individual here. He's a UFC fighter, and we have someone with a shoulder pain. And how I would kind of go at treating this is first we ask the individual where it hurts. So where do you think, where would you say your pain is right now?
It feels more kind of a little deeper on the inside and on the top here when I lift my arm up.
Okay, all right. And so, you know, what I would do is just come in here and know that this is kind of the area that, if I put my finger here, that's a little tender right there.
Yep.
Okay, so we know that's what we would say the epic center, but we want to treat the whole shoulder as a complex.
Okay.
Okay, so I would take the Rehab 1000, put about a dime size, and I would just put a little bit on here. And what I do is, just going to put it on here, kind of like I'm putting on spackle. And just put it on through here, work it on here, just softly like this. Okay. And as I'm doing this, I got this at about a 45-degree angle, and I'm looking for what we would say are adhesions or areas that are restricted. And right there, I feel like he's got a little restriction there. It kind of feels like if you're going over a smooth surface and like it'll get stuck a little bit. And you can feel that, and you can even get feedback from the patient or the individual. Do you feel a little discomfort there? And so I'll just give them a little pressure, and how much pressure I give is they'll get a little bit red.
Okay.
And so I'll just keep working this at about a 45-degree angle. So come around here. Now still maybe look up in here a little bit. How you doing? Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Okay. So then I'll take his arm out here, and now I'm going to make that tendon a little bit more exposed because it's more of almost like along out of his bicep that we're going to work on. But you don't need to know anatomy. You can just go in there and you can feel that right in there.
I can feel that in there a lot.
And so that feels more like rice, like crepitus we call it. It's a little crunchy. So we're just going to hit that pretty hard in there.
So once you find the sore spot or the rough spot, you want to start there first.
Yeah, and then I just keep on hitting that area. And as you work on it, you'll feel that it starts to kind of soften out a little bit. And the patient will say, hey, it starts to feel a little softer, right? Doesn't hurt as bad.
Yeah, the tenderness goes away the more you're working on it.
Yeah. And then you know you're doing the right thing. Now, if it starts to hurt worse, then I'd back off. Okay? As long as it's getting better as you're working it.
Up in there is actually pretty tender too.
Yeah, you can feel that right in there. And so again, I'm looking for those restrictions, and I'm listening to the feedback from the individual. And I'm looking this a little bit. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
And that's scar tissue that we're breaking up. You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Come back here. And then if there's anything in the front of the shoulder, you always want to come in the back too, and you want to work the back a little bit. Kind of like whatever goes on front, it's coming on in the back a little bit too.
Okay, so you want to balance it out.
That's right. And he's got some right there. You feel that right there?
You definitely know right when you hit the sensitive
And you can
spot.
feel it.
But the redness comes out right away, doesn't it?
And like I've shown in the past, you might get a little alopecia. It's like kind of like a real blood comes to the surface. And it won't bleed, but it'll look like you got like a raspberry in there.
And that's normal?
That's normal. And that will go away in about 24 hours or so. Some people will get a bruise, but that's because you're probably doing it a little too hard. I don't advise that. I would just do just like we're doing it. You can hear the
Right.
crepitus. How you doing, Jimmy?
I'm good. I think I got a whole lot of that crepitus though.
Yeah. Okay, now turn your arm up this way. And we're going to open that up just a little more now. I'm just going to hit this again.
I notice you're a little aggressive, or it seems like you are with the tool. Is it because he's obviously in pretty good shape and can take what you're doing there?
Yeah, and then you're always getting feedback from the individual.
Okay.
Correct. You want to ask them, how's that feel? And that some people you can only do very lightly, but most individuals it really doesn't hurt too bad until you get to an area that is really pinpoint where you feel that.
Yep.
And that's how I would treat that. Let me see you raise your arm up. How's
It
that
definitely
feel?
feels a lot looser.
Yeah. And so, again, that's just initial. You can spend probably 3 to 5 minutes on that area, and just again going around looking for those restricted areas. But first, starting off by the individual telling you where it hurts the most, starting there and then working your way
Okay.
up. Good.
Yep.